Let's go to Steve, Miami. You're on the Jeff and Bill show. Good morning, Steve.
Oh, hi, Jeff. How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm great. What's on your mind?
Well, I mentioned to your producer there, I believe that's...
Sorry, you jumped there for a sec. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, sorry. Am I gone?
No. You're on the air. You're on the air. Go ahead and talk. I'm sorry. There's a technical issue there for a sec.
No problem. I have to call Terry in here. I got a friend who's all over that stuff. But yeah, I'm a law enforcement officer. I notice you haven't mentioned that, and it says Steve in Miami, but it doesn't say anything about being a law enforcement officer. It's probably a good idea to include that information on there so people are aware of that.
What's on your mind, Steve?
Okay, sorry, I didn't. You're feeling a little bit combative. I just wanted to speak about poll watchers, amongst other things, people who are out there doing the job of law enforcement. And let me tell you, if I see a poll watcher out there thinking that they're a law enforcement officer, I'll shackle them up, put them in handcuffs, put them in bracelets immediately. I'm looking at the screen right now, Jeff. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. What are you smiling about? Why do you have a big smirk on your face? Are you somebody who wants to cause some sort of an issue here? Are you somebody who doesn't respect LEOs?
Hey, I'm going to get into this one here, Steve. Here's the deal.
Your friend's coming in here. So you've got a third party in here now I got two people coming at me.
No,
and
Steve.
now I'm feeling like I'm feeling like there's a confrontation here, and you
Steve.
guys are being very confrontational.
No, I'm not being confrontational.
I don't think I've said a single thing.
Jeff hasn't said anything, and you said you're seeing him on the screen.
Maybe Jeff. When I ask you a question, when a law enforcement officer asks you a question, maybe you do answer them. Maybe you show the.
I'd love to get arrested
Steve,
for a radio interview.
Tell us this, Steve. Tell us, Steve.
When do we get to talk on our own show?
I've tried to answer you twice so far, and you've interrupted me. This is our show. When do we get to talk? Tell me. You go ahead and talk all you want, and then when you're done, you tell us that it's our turn, and we'll continue. Please, go ahead.
Do you guys have any sort of respect for law enforcement at all?
No,
the way you're
Steve,
speaking to me is...
Please
Oh,
so
cut me off after you say that you're going to let me talk. Cut me off,
okay,
you liar.
Fine. Go right ahead.
You dirty liar.
Go right ahead, Steve. Go right ahead. Go take as much time as you want.
If I see anyone, all these people, I'm going to watch over. I'm going to bring my gun out and watch the poll. You didn't go to this. You didn't go to school. You didn't go through basic anything. You don't have what it takes to do that, and I don't want to see it. That's
Steve,
my point.
I've got a question. Do you see poll watchers coming out and acting like law enforcement regularly?
By being a poll watcher, what do you think you're doing there? You're trying to uphold the law, correct? You're trying to make sure people aren't breaking the law. That's not your job.
So you don't like the idea of poll watchers at all?
No, of course not. It's the job of law enforcement. Who do you think you are? I'll be honest with you. I've been a fan of your show for a long time. Speaking to you on the phone right now, though, this is a disastrous phone call. And I think you guys are two of the most disrespectful gentlemen that I've ever spoken to. And by the way, I'm not in Miami at all. I live close to you. And let me tell you, I hope I don't run into you out on the street and there's an opportunity where you need some help from me, because you ain't going to get it.
Okay. Are you done?
I'm done and you're done.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Gave you all the time that you wanted. And I just want to know, based on the listener, who was the combative one there? Who was the one at the end?
I've never heard a cop get angry at a poll watcher.
And again, here's the thing. Okay. And here's the thing. Okay. Personally, Steve, I got to talk to your supervisor, my friend, because here's the idea. What you've just told us is that whatever's going on with Jeff or I, and you run into us on the street, you're not going to help us. You've just told us that you're going to make a choice to not do your job.
That was hilarious.
Yes, it was. It was
what cop,
come on.
Out of all the stuff you've got to deal with out there, you got to make poll watchers your issue?
Yeah.
Because they're showing it. And I wanted to go further and be like, so you think that the only people that should be watching to make sure everything's fair in election is law enforcement,
Yeah.
you think that's an appropriate use of their time and
Yeah.
energy?
And that's what we
with
need.
all the fentanyl we're dealing with and all those stolen cars at DIA and
Yeah. And the number
you
one
need to
best
sit there
highest
and
use of
count
the job.
votes. Oh man,
That's ridiculous. And
that
again,
was hilarious.
and again,
Steve.